Hi, Kerry here. I'm a retired financial advisor. I'm the host of Best of Us Investors. I have a website, bestofusinvestors.com. If you'll go to it, I'll send you my morning letter. I'll tell you how you can get on my live streams so that you can know what I do if you want to know what I'm going to do. I built one of the largest financial planning businesses in the Southeast under the Ameriprise or American Express franchise. And the key words in that two words, financial planner, is financial and plan. If you don't have a financial plan, you don't know where you're going. And when I look at the stock market, I create a financial plan. And right now is a good time to do that because we are at a pivot point in our economy. We have an election. I voted today. When I have a plan and I stay to that plan, I achieve the plan because it is a discipline to get to where I want to go. And I decide where I want to go very early on. Like I am making my plans right now for my achievements in my investment assets for 2021. I have a real estate investment portfolio and I have a stock portfolio. And my history tells me if I stay to my plan, I'll achieve it. In 2019, my stock portfolio grew at a rate of 30%. In 2020, it grew at a rate of 40%. So now I'm looking at where I'm at, and my plan is to make on my stock portfolio 33% in 2021. The first part you have to understand of building a plan is you need to control your mind. Because when the plan doesn't look like it's happening like you want, you will exit. And you'll say, I got to do a new plan. No, you don't. You stick to your plan, but you build a plan on strength. How do you do this? I learned to do it by controlling my mind, by evicting the unwanted roommate that lived in my head that said, Kerry, you got to desert your plan. You got to go a different way. Well, in my life, I recognize that most people don't succeed because they don't focus and they don't stay on their plan. What I've recognized in my life is most people don't succeed in their plan because they don't focus and they deviate off of it. I learned to evict my roommate in my head about 10 years ago, and I did it, and I explained in this book, I don't even remember the title, Who Are You? Why Are You You? And it basically is the exercise I went through to determine why I was and why I behaved the way I did and how I needed to get rid of that roommate so I could go forward. If you want to learn this, go to the description. You'll find the book. So what is my plan? How am I going to achieve 33%? Do I believe that, and if you've watched my other videos, you know I only own about 7 stocks. Google, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, Square, and Tesla. Do I believe that those stocks are all going to go up 33% this year? Do I believe that Google's going to go from 1653 to 2198? Do I believe that Tesla's today at 423 going to go to 562? Not necessarily, but I know they're going to go up because, again, if you've watched my videos, I know they have undervalued assets, the data that they control. I know from my readings, I have a window as to what the world is going to look like when we get through this pandemic. It would look a lot more like what I thought it was going to look like in 2020 if we hadn't had the pandemic. But once we put that pandemic behind us, these technology companies, these companies that own the data, that own the artificial intelligence, that own the cloud computing, are going to change my life. They're going to change the way I live in every aspect of my life. They're going to give me an autonomous automobile. They're going to give me a phone that tells me if I'm healthy. They're going to give me entertainment that I'll use my Oculus goggles for. They're going to change the way I live, and they're only going to be able to do that because they have the technology, they have the artificial intelligence, the machine learning, and they have the data. So I know they're going up, but what I don't know is can I get there to my 33% gain in 2021 with just them? I did not get to my 2020 the gain of 40% with just them. What I did was recognize, particularly in March and April when the pandemic came upon us, that there were some stocks that there was going to be an overreaction to. They were the oil stocks, so I bought Valero and I wrote it up 30% and got out. I recognized that the credit card companies were going to take a beating, and so I bought American Express. I wrote it up to about 100 and got out. So I recognized Disney, McDonald's, that they were adversely affected. I also recognized that they're still adversely affected. American Express is at 96. It had a high of 137. If it regained that high, that'd be a 42% gain. Disney's at 124. It was at 152. I know that a lot of their parks are closed. Once the pandemic is over, could they get back to their 152 and give me a 22% return? Yeah, they could. So I need to watch that. Another one that I don't ever talk much about is equity lifestyle properties. This is a trailer court. We're going to have a trailer court REIT. We're going to have a tremendous amount of evictions and foreclosures, and these trailer courts are going to grow. It is at 61. Before the pandemic, it was at 77. So I could go in there and probably get a 26% quick bump and then get out. Delta. I have no way I would buy an airline. But if the new government or the old government changes the parameters around the airlines, could Delta go from 31 to 62 where it was and give me a 100% return on my investment? Yeah. So I need to stay tuned to that. How about Royal Caribbean, who I've took 30-some cruises on, and I love this company. It's down to 57. At the first of the year, it was at 134. If that gets back to that, if the confidence gets there, I got a 135% gain. That'll help me get my goal of 33% gain. Dave and Buster's, a thriving restaurant. I don't know that they're going to survive, but if they didn't have the pandemic, they wouldn't be at $17 a share. They'd be where they were before the pandemic at 47. That would give me 176% return on my investment. That's an opportunity. How about Boeing? 153. It was at 345, and it was even higher than that this time last year. But if I got back to the 345, I'd have 125%. Am I going to invest in those? I don't know. But what I know in my plan is those opportunities could be coming available. I will hold my core investments that are going to give me the life that I want and are going to change my life, the Google, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, Square, and Tesla, and maybe a couple others. But I'm confident I'll get my 20% there. But where do I get my other 13%? It's these other opportunity stocks that I'll bounce in when I see what the current administration or the new administration, how they're behaving. I know they're all going to give us stimulus. So I know my big seven are going to do fine because money falls to Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and and Elon Musk's pockets. If they give us $3 trillion, which I suspect they will, it's going to end up in these 7 stocks. But it's also going to give energy to some of these highly depressed stocks. So my plan for 2021 is to increase my stock portfolio by 33%. I will be happy to share my actions to achieve my plan. I will send you my morning letter. I'm probably not going to do it every day in the future. I'll let you know on that. It's becoming a bit of a burden. I'm going to lean more on YouTube streaming. I find that easier to do. And I'm going to speak to those who are true best of us investors. Those people who become members of my channel, I'm going to share my information directly through feeds. I know I'm going to do the Sunday feed. I will do that this coming Sunday, and I will announce prior to it what time it will be and how you can tune in, and it will be members only. How do you become a member? Right below this video, there is a box that says join, right next to the subscribe button. I want you to subscribe. That's free. The join to get my live streams is $3.99 a month. Yeah. About the cost of the cheapest cup of Starbucks coffee that you can buy. And it gets you for the whole month. And I'll be doing more of those and supporting. And I need to say, you're supporting the channel, but really you're supporting my cause. And that is to keep my daughter's memory alive and to help find a cure for cancer. And if you can find $3.99 in your pocket once a month to help me do that, I'll give you everything I got. As I said, 2019, 30% gain, and I was in cash in 2019 in July. I did that in the first half of the year, and I sat on the sidelines in cash until March of 2020. I'm now at 50% cash. I will jump into opportunities. I'm up thus far this year, 40%. And I'm looking for 33% next year. Come join me. Take the ride with me. I will give you everything I got and my 76 years of knowledge and experience. And go, and I'll even get you one of these. I think this is the coolest hat that I wear. I even wore this when I went and voted today. So that's Best of Us Investors. That's Carrie Grinkmeyer. Let's have some fun together.